Well, hey guys, what's up? It's your boy AI Legends, and today I shall be uploading the next part of What If Naruto Was the Reincarnation of Ano's voldigoad. Well guys, you have completed the subscribe goal, but I think that the like goal and the comment goal was not completed. But still, I'm going to upload the next part of it. After all, I promised to do so. Sorry for not uploading early because I was taking a nap and that took me some time. So now I shall upload it for now. As before starting this video, if you guys are not subscribed to my channel, then I would suggest you guys to do so because it will help me a lot as well as you guys. So without any further ado, let us start our video. And yeah guys, follow me on Instagram. I have just made a new ID of Instagram, so follow me on that. It will help me. So well guys, last time we left off at the 4th Great Ninja War finally began as all the 5 nations finally combined together so that they can attack the Land of Demons. After all, the Land of Demons technology as well as their prosperity was known throughout the world as many nations try to attack this nation so that they can get information or things like that, but they were not able to do so because of the magic barriers they have never seen before. So they were not able to do a thing. Then they combined their efforts and now they're fighting among each other thanks to the great strategy of Naruto. Naruto right now is just playing with all the nations as he made Menma to kill off the Raikage as Mito killed off the Tsuchikage, which really angered all the shinobis that were there, as well as the hidden leaf village shinobi also started to call Minato the demon lover. After all, he was the father of a demon as his wife was also known as the demon of the hidden leaf village, which really hurt Minato along with Kushina. And Menma and Mito are still arrogant and things like that, blaming it all to Naruto as trying their best as Naruto releases a big fire attack as all the parts of pain that were there try to run away, but thanks to the before when they entered into this arena as Naruto put the fire behind them so that they cannot actually run away as all the shinobis were blocked, and then they met with the fire blast as Path of Pains died out and many shinobis that were there got injured. Not all of them died, but still most of them were injured as all the shinobi alliance right now is at shackles trying to kill each other. After all, their Kages were just killed off as they are trying to kill other shinobis. It was not like Shinobi Alliance of the 4th Great Ninja War, it was just that for the, for the profit. Enemy of my enemy is my friend. Now, let us begin from here on as Naruto started to laugh as all the paths of pain and most of the Akatsuki is now dead. Only Obito survived thanks to his Kamui as Obito warped into the arena quite angry as he is ready to kill off this guy. All the Akatsuki is dead, but they were able to use the 8 Jinchurikis which they were able to capture in this time. Gaara and all those Jinchurikis which got knocked out thanks to Naruto's 9 tails summoning as Obito was quite shocked when he saw the 9 tails arrived out of nowhere and stronger than ever, as he thought that Naruto did not have the 9 tails as he could see that Menma and Mito does have the chakra and it is impossible to even lay a finger to Naruto. So he went towards one of Menma or Mito, tried his best, but he saw that Minato has already recognized him as he threw his kunais as he started to fight against Obito, telling him that how he is the same masked guy who attacked the village and he is the reason for everything. As Obito started to laugh as he said, well Minato, I'm not the reason for everything. You are the main reason for everything. You're the one who neglected your child and you're the one who has announced this war, and see what your village is at right now. This is what I'm talking about. I'm talking about peace. I shall bring peace to this world. Now, hand over your child so that I can take the 9 tails. As Minato said, you damn, as he threw his kunais as he was able to teleport to Obito by using his flying Raijin kunais as he slammed a Rasengan, but Obito was smart enough to flee at the last moment as he said, damn it, I cannot take him on right now, as he went to see or absorb if Menma or Mito are taken down by Naruto so that he can take the advantage from there and took Menma or Mito for the 10 tails. Right now he's going to get the eyes of Nagato. He's of no use. After all, Nagato is right now dying far away from this area, and thanks to his Kamui he was able to pass through the fire. As all the shinobis there were quite scared after the attack that Naruto actually releases as he was flying in the air, as then suddenly everyone saw that how there was shaking in the ground, and then Orochimaru arrived out of nowhere as Orochimaru started to laugh along with Kabuto as he said, 4th Hokage, it seems that you have taken away my summoning, but it does not matter. Now you shall pay. As Menma and Mito already had the snake summoning, and which they tried to use, but Naruto just simply wrapped the tails of the two snakes and throw them away so far that no one will be able to find them in centuries. As for Orochimaru, he was laughing as he said, now I shall end you Naruto, and then I shall take over your village and the technology. It will help me to become an immortal. As he started to laugh as he said, now summoning jutsu, as the coffin started to rose from the ground as everyone's eyes widened. It was Madara Uchiha, Hashirama Senju, Tobirama Senju, as well as... Now, how about the 4th guy? Let's say that Mito Uzumaki, as 4 coffin arise, as all 4 reanimated shinobi came out as Madara looked around as he saw the shinobis were everywhere, thinking that it was like 4th Great Ninja War, but he was utterly shocked when he saw Hashirama in the same state as he was, as Hashirama was still confused along with Tobirama and Mito, as Orochimaru arrived and said, yes, I'm the one who has reanimated you guys, as Tobirama said, you damn bastard, as Hashirama said, so what do you want from us now, as Madara was looking towards Orochimaru as he could feel the presence of Tobi around, but right now he has to go with the flow. After all, he is under the control of this guy, even though he knows that he can break this control, but it will take some time. As Orochimaru started to laugh as he explained the situation, that how the five great nations has combined together so that they can attack another nation which seems to be more prosper than everyone, as this really shocked Hashirama. As for Tobirama, he did not care. After all, Tobirama is Tobirama. As Hashirama said, what? Just because a nation is more prosper, they are trying to attack this nation? And the leaf got along with it, as Orochimaru started to laugh and said, well, it was the leaf decision after all. It was the one who gathered all the 5 great nations, but it seems that it is not going that well. They cannot forget previous grudges, as all the 4 Kages look back only to see that all the Shinobi Alliance was fighting among themselves, as Tobirama has a scarf as well as grown on his face, as Hashirama said, so what do you want from us? As Orochimaru laughed and said, well, I want to become immortal, and it seems that this nation has the technology for me to become an immortal. I want you to conquer this nation. As Hashirama looked towards the nation as he saw big buildings as well as the technology he has never seen in his whole life, as well as Madara, he was interested in this thing, as he started to laugh as he said, well, Hashirama, it seems that we have been reanimated in this world once again. As Hashirama looked towards Madara and said, Madara, as Madara laughed and said, well, Hashirama, I did told you, the nation, the village you are creating will not follow your orders, your ideals, and it shall do what it wants to conquer the other nations, and the violence and the war shall never end, but you never listen to me. As Hashirama looked down on the ground, ashamed of his nation, as Tobirama said, well, it is not time for this. If the leaf wants us, then we shall help the leaf. As Orochimaru laughed and said, no, you will not help the leaf, you will help me take down that brat, that so-called demon lord, demon king. As Mito looked upward to see Naruto, as she could feel the presence of the 9 tails inside of Naruto, but a different as well, as she said, it seems that he's the Jinchuriki of the 9 tails. And then suddenly Menma and Mito arrived in front of both of them and said, alright, it seems that we got the previous Kages. As well as Minato arrived, as he was quite surprised. As Hashirama said, who are you? As Minato said, well, sir, I'm the 4th Hokage. As Orochimaru laughed and said, well, don't think that just because I'm going to help you guys, we are allies. As Minato glared at Orochimaru, as Orochimaru laughed, as then he summoned Gamabunta, the big summoning of his own, as the big snake. As this surprises Minato and everyone, as the snake hissed at all of them, as he was quite angry because he got tricked by Minato as well as these kids, as all of them attacked Orochimaru, but Orochimaru was able to flee them all off, as he was able to run away from there. But they told him that how they have killed off or beaten up Orochimaru as he flee in the last moment. This really angered Manda, yes. But for now they have to deal with Naruto, as Naruto was floating in the air as he descended into the ground and said, well, it seems that the fools from the old times are here. Well, it should be fun. As Hashirama said, so who are you now? As Naruto said, well, I'm the leader of this nation and I'm the only one protecting it now. This really surprises everyone as they could see the destruction that was around. As Hashirama said, so you're telling me you're the one who killed off all these people, as Naruto laughed and said, well, the most of them, but still, they're fighting among themselves. It was like a comedy show. They were here in front of my door trying to attack my nation, and then they thought that it would be a great idea to fight among themselves first, and then the winner shall take me on. See how great of an idea it is? As Hashirama said, why, you don't make fun of me, you brat. As he was quite angry, right now not thinking straight, as Tobirama said, calm down, Nichan, now we shall handle him. As Tobirama quickly made hand signs, water style, water dragon, as the water dragon rushes towards Naruto, but before it could even reach Naruto, as Tobirama's eyes widened, as all the water stopped in front of him and then got dispersed into small droplets of water. This even surprises Hashirama and interested Mito as well as Madara, and then they saw that how the water droplets became the water spikes and then started to rush towards all the animated shinobi, as Tobirama as well as Hashirama ran away, you can say jump into the air so that they can avoid the attack, as Madara quickly made hand signs and said, forest try, majestic destroyer flames, as a big majestic destroyer flame started to rush towards Naruto with incredible speed, as Naruto said, well, quite interested it is, let's see if we can handle this, as he slammed his hand into the ground as a magic circle arrived, and then suddenly a mirror arrived, a big one on that, as all the majestic destroyer flame got condensed and then went into the mirror. This really shocked Madara, as he said, what is that now? And then suddenly the mirror started to glow, and then the majestic destroyer flame came out of it, even twice as powerful than the Madara's jutsus, as Madara's eyes widened as a big fire started to rush towards them, as Madara quickly activated his Susanoo, but he was barely able to protect himself, but most of the shinobis that were around, even Orochimaru, had to flee from there because of the great fire that was coming towards him, as Madara protected himself thanks to the Susanoo, as well as Hashirama created a small forest. As Tobirama's eyes widened, he said, who is this guy? How strong is he? As Madara said, alright, I have enough, as he quickly powered up to his full Susanoo, as even Hashirama said, alright, even though I don't want to do this, but it seems that it is the only way to end this war, as he quickly made hand signs and then slammed his hand into the ground as a big wooden golem finally arrived into the arena. And then Tobirama said, alright, I shall try to help the other leaf shinobi, as he went off along with Minato, as Minato said, I'm sorry Naruto, it seems that you have to die after all, as he just simply flying Raijin away. As for Orochimaru, he went with Mito, as he forced Mito so that she could actually release the barrier jutsu. After all, the barrier jutsus are mostly the Fuin jutsu, as Orochimaru thought that it was some type of barrier Fuin jutsu. But to his surprise, Mito was not able to do anything, as he was quite shocked. She has never seen such a barrier. It does not have any type of Fuin jutsu or anything, as Orochimaru thought that it must be some type of force barrier. So he tried to use his other attacks along with Mito reanimated so that he can actually break the barrier. But to his shock, nothing was actually happening. The barrier was withstanding all of his attacks. This really frustrated Orochimaru. He really wanted to enter into this nation so that he could actually conquer it along with his sound shinobis who were there at the moment. As for Madara, he swung his big sword at Naruto and slammed it into the ground, as thinking that now he has crushed that brat. But to his surprise, he saw that how his sword started to move upward, as well as he could feel his feet moving into the air, as his eyes widened as Naruto was grabbing the sword with only 2 fingers, as he said, well, quite interested it is, your technique is, but to be honest, it is not going to work, as he saw that a wooden dragon started to rush towards Naruto. Naruto just simply smirked as he grabbed the sword with both of his hands and then started to lift Madara into the air, as then he slammed Madara's Susanoo into the wooden golem along with the wooden dragon, as both of these big statures collided with each other and slammed into the ground, crushing many shinobis that were nearby. As Madara said, you damn brat, as he rushes towards Naruto trying to punch him, but to his surprise, as Naruto grabbed the hand of Madara and ripped it apart, as Madara thought that it was a reanimation. But to his surprise, the hand which Naruto grabbed just simply disintegrated into nothing, and Madara was thinking that his arm will just reanimate, but to his surprise, nothing was happening, as his eyes widened. Now he realized that he could not regenerate, and if in this situation he got the renewed rebirth, he will not have a arm. This really angered Madara as he said, "You damn brat," as he quickly made hand signs from one hand as he releases some Phoenix Flower Jutsu towards Naruto. Naruto simply passes through all of them as Madara's eyes widened as he thought that it was like Kamui, as Naruto grabbed Madara from his throat and slammed him into the ground, shattering the ground nearby. As then Hashirama arrived. "Madara, I'll help you," as he quickly made hand signs and said, "Wood style, wood spikes," as wooden spikes started to rush towards Naruto. Naruto just simply looked towards them with his demonic eyes as all the attack got shattered as if force waves sent Hashirama flying, and then he saw that he opened his eyes only to see that Naruto and Madara were gone as Hashirama started to look for his old friend Madara. Then he saw that suddenly something's coming close to him with incredible speed as he looked back only to see the head of Madara was slammed into his own as both of them were slammed into the ground as Hashirama tried to stood up as Naruto punched Hashirama on his gut as Hashirama has a big hole on his chest as Tobirama was watching this thinking that they were just reanimations and they will just simply heal, but he saw that how Madara's arm was not coming back as well as Hashirama's hole was not healing. He was quite shocked. He has never seen such a power or any such case. After all, he was the one who created this jutsu, but he did not do anything like this as Naruto started to laugh and said, "Well, it is quite pathetic to be honest. I really thought that you two guys must be strong or a bit intelligent to tell your shinobi to just went off to their homes. If they tried to do so, I would have just forgiven them. But it seems that you want fight. Alright, you shall get one." As Naruto said, "Alright, you guys like to do this, right?" As he quickly made hand signs and said, "Alright, fire style, great fireball." Or you can say majestic destroyer flames as Madara's eyes widened as the big fire once again even more stronger than the previous one, the reflected one of Naruto's mirror, started to rush towards Hashirama as well as Madara quickly activated his Susanoo with his power as well as picking Hashirama into the Susanoo as well as Hashirama as well as Madara were panting as they could not believe that they did not have unlimited chakra. As Hashirama said, "What is going on, Tobirama? I thought we had unlimited chakra, right?" As Tobirama said, "Well, this jutsu is supposed to work like that, but I do not know what is going on here. Either Orochimaru did not perform the jutsu correctly or is this kid is trying to do some tricks." As Naruto laughed as he punches the Susanoo, shattering it into pieces as Madara's eyes widened as he said, "Alright, you have done it," as he quickly activated his Rinnegan. This surprises Tobirama as well as Hashirama as he said, "Alright, you are done for now," as he said, "Almighty push," as he thought that Naruto must have been sent flying with his Rinnegan as Hashirama said, "Alright, with the help of Rinnegan, we should be able to take him down, right?" As Madara's eyes widened as Naruto was just walking through the almighty push like it was nothing. As Naruto said, "Well, quite pathetic. Just show me more. If the legendary power of the Rinnegan, well, I have just defeated someone who also had the Rinnegan." This surprises shocked Madara as he said, "No, not that brat which I gave the Rinnegan. Did he destroy the Rinnegan?" As he got angry at that as he said, "You damn brat," as he quickly slapped his hand into the ground as the summoning of the Rinnegan summoning started to rush towards Naruto. Naruto said, "Well, this is not going to work," as he slapped away the summoning like it was nothing. As Naruto said, "Well, you guys have started to bore me." As then everyone heard a loud scream as Madara's, Hashirama's, Tobirama's eyes widened as they looked back only to see a big beast was coming towards them with someone standing on his head. As Madara narrowed his eyes towards the person. It was none other than Obito Uchiha as the 10 tails was revived. Obito saw that he did not have a lot of time after sealing away the 8-tailed beast. He saw that how the ghetto statue was reacting so fast, so he had to seal away the 9 tails as quick as possible. So he used the ones he used in the original saga. What was their names? I don't know. The guys who had the chakra of the 9 tails, as he sealed away that one. As now the 10 tails is now evolving as Obito started to laugh as Minato as well as Kakashi saw who was the person, the masked guy. It was none other than Obito. This really put shame to Minato. First his son and now even his own student are doing things like this, as he started to realize that he was the main cause of everything. As Obito gave his grand speech about peace and all, I don't want to go into that, as how Kakashi let Rin died, so that is that. As Naruto said, well, quite an idea of peace you have, but I know that peace you are carrying with you, I don't think that it is going to work against me. As Obito said, well, it does not matter how strong you are, I do not care. You do not have the power to stop me. Your 9 tails is nothing to the 10 tails. As Naruto said, really? Let's see if that theory of yours is actually right. As he slapped his hand into the ground and said, summoning jutsu. And then the big 9 tails came from the summoning. As everyone saw, there were horns on the head of the 9 tails, as well as he seems to be even more powerful than the original one. As Madara remembered, as Madara quickly jumped into the air as he said, now you're under my control, 9 tails. As he looked into the eyes of Kurama, trying to put him under a genjutsu, as Kurama narrowed his eyes towards towards Madara. As Madara didn't understand, he was not able to take control over the power of the beast. As he said, what is going on here? As the 9 tails bring his claws towards Madara, as Madara's eyes widen, as Kurama simply slapped him away like he was a fly, as Madara was sent flying into the nearby mountains. As Kurama rode towards the 10 tails, as the 10 tails saw his own chakra in Kurama, as well as some other type of power, as he started to rush towards Kurama. As both of their battle began, as Obito did not understand what is going on here. 9 tails does not supposed to be this strong. Hell, his own chakra is in the bodies of 2 brats of Menma as well as Mito, and how could the 9 tails be this strong? As last time he remembers, 9 tails was not this powerful. As Obito tried to put the 9 tails in the genjutsu so that he could control the power of Kurama, but he was not able to do anything, as Kurama was not being controlled by either Madara nor Obito. As Kurama simply slapped away the 10 tails, as 10 tails was sent flying, as he was able to stand back, and then their battle began, as all the shinobis were looking at each other and started to run away from that place. As Naruto laughed at that and said, well, that should be more than enough, as he simply distinguished all the fire, as all the shinobis started to run away as far as they could, as well as Minato, as far Mito, as well as Menma. Menma said, you damn demon, it is all because of you. As he started to rush towards Naruto with the Rasen Shuriken in his hand. I'll kill you, as he started to run. As Naruto said, well, be gone. As he put his hand towards Menma and said, almighty push. As Menma was sent flying so fast, as even Madara was put into shame at his full power. Almighty push did not send anyone flying that far, as then Menma was slammed into the walls. As then you can say, as Madara looked towards Obito, who started to came out of the head of the 10 tails because he was not able to control it. As he said, what is going on here? It is all because of you demon. As he started to rush towards Naruto, as he thought that he could use his Kamui, as he said, oh white. As Naruto prepared an attack in his hand, a strange type of light appeared in his hand as he started to rush towards Obito. As Obito thought that he could have easily passed through the attack, but he was utterly shocked as the ball appeared in front of him and then simply vanished, and then boom, as he was sent flying through, as whole body of his started to bleed. As he said, what happened? As Naruto said, just because you have entered into some other dimension, leaving only your image here, you think that you can survive my attacks or flee from me? I know your tricks, your little cowardly tricks. It does not work on me. I can easily enter your dimension if I want to. As Obito said, no, it is not possible. It is only I who can enter my dimension. As Naruto laughed and said, well, your dimension works like this, that one part of your body is in that dimension, and then the other one is not at the same time. But it could also be worked like this, leaving your only image here and entering into your dimension completely. But this image of yours connect you as well as your dimension together, and my attacks as well as I can easily enter into your dimension by using the small link you have to this dimension. As Obito's eyes widened as he said, it is all because of you. Just put under the genjutsu already so that I can live with my rin. As Naruto laughed and said, well, you're a coward, to be honest. I have never seen such a coward like you, as well as you guys. Quite cowards you are. This world is quite boring, as well as cowardly at the same time. Well, the time I reincarnated, I thought that it would be fun, but it seems that it is not going to be, because the people here are complete fools. As Hashirama as well as Madara said, reincarnated, what do you mean by that? As Naruto laughed and said, well, I have lived my life once before, as Menma as well as Minato, Kushina arrived there. As Naruto said, well, I have already lived my life before, or 2 times you can say. I am quite older than all of you, even older than the one you can call the Sage of Six Paths. My world is far stronger than yours, as even a single person of my world can easily conquer your world, and I was the demon king of that world, and no one was stronger than I was. And you honestly believe your tiny world, your tiny chakra could do a thing against me? As this really surprises Madara as well as Hashirama. Madara was the one who was most scared, already knowing about the realities as well as the dimensions concept. As he said, so you're telling me that you're from a different world? As Naruto said, well, to be exact, I am reincarnated into this world. I do have chakra, but I also have my magical as well as demonic powers. As I was right, you're a demon, right? As Naruto laughed and said, well, you can call me a demon, but not any demon, demon king. Well, just to tell you guys that the concept of demons you have is quite pathetic, to be honest. I was the demon king and I never killed a human without any reason. Or we do not just kill them off and eat them. Do you honestly believe that I will do so? As Madara as well as Hashirama were quite surprised as Tobirama arrived, as he said, no, you'll die, as he appeared behind him, thinking that he got a opening. As then suddenly he met with a punch to his face which shattered his face, as Tobirama's body was, you can say, was on the ground, as Tobirama was not moving, and then suddenly his body started to glow as he just simply disappeared. As Hashirama said, Tobirama, as Naruto said, just relax, he has went back to the world he came from. And don't worry, I'll be sending you there as well. As Hashirama said, seems that we do not have any chance against you after all. As Naruto said, yeah, you can say that, but don't worry, I will do one thing for all of you. As Hashirama looked towards Naruto, as he said, and what is that going to be? As Naruto said, I shall bring peace to this world as well as order. As Madara said, so how are you going to do that? As Naruto said, don't worry, I will be a ruler, not a dictator. And just to tell you guys that these 5 nations as well as the smaller nations just have put war against each other as well as things like that. Now I shall change it. I shall put, you can say, all the nations together, and one nation there will be, and I shall be the ruler of it. And don't worry, I will manage a new system far better than your shinobi system, because I have ruled over my world for several years, several thousand years. I know much better things than you kids. As Madara laughed and said, well, it seems that you do have some good concepts, not naive concepts like Hashirama. As Hashirama chuckled at that, as he said, well, it is not like that I have the power to stop you or do anything. I can see what I created. As he looked towards the leaf shinobis who were just running away and just scared and all. As he said, well, I can see what I have created, a village, which I try to make a family, but I don't think that will bring peace to this world. So my time has already passed. You can do whatever you want to. As he smiled, as Naruto said, this is what I wanted to hear. As he snapped his finger, as Hashirama started to glow. As Madara also chuckled at that and said, well, as he looked back to see 10 tails got beaten up by the hands of the 9 tails, it seems that you have given the 9 tails some new powers, right? As Naruto said, yeah, you can say that. As Madara chuckled at that and said, well, it is not like my plan is going to come to reality. I cannot put anyone into Genjutsu, the infinite Tsukuyomi. As Naruto said, well, the one you can call the infinite Tsukuyomi, how does it work? As Madara explained, as Naruto laughed at that and said, well, here I thought you are a genius one, but it seems that you are another fool, huh? As Hashirama said, as Madara said, what do you mean by that? As Naruto said, you are telling me that for eternity, a single tree will put everyone in a Genjutsu and show them what desires them. So tell me, how will this tree actually get chakra to do so? As Madara said, well, it will be the chakra of the tail beast. As Naruto said, now be serious. Are you seriously telling me that just because of the 9-tailed beast, that this beast has enough chakra to put everyone on this earth in a Genjutsu, as well as keep them showing the dreams for years and years. Honestly. So tell me, where will this beast actually get this chakra from? As Madara's eyes widened as he said, it will be from the nature, yeah. As Naruto said, well, in the end, then Earth will explode. After all, this beast, I can sense it. He is just absorbing nature energy, and you can see the situation here, can't you, with your Rinnegan? As Madara looked towards the beast, as he saw that how the 10 tails was absorbing the nature energy so that he could heal himself or complete his chakra, as well as the nature was depleting here drastically. As Madara said, so what are you telling me? It was already told to us by the Sage of Six Paths. As Naruto said, well, Sage of Six Paths died years, no, centuries ago, so it is quite possible that someone might have changed the information. Don't you think so? As he looked towards Madara, as Madara was now concentrating with all of his plans, as Naruto said, well, there could be another theory, you know. As Madara looked towards Naruto, as he said, well, it could be like this. The person who got absorbed in this tree will absorb all of their chakra, and the things I have learned, I can bet that all of the chakra of nature as well as all of these people will turn into a chakra fruit, and someone will eat it to get even stronger than everyone. As Madara's eyes widened, this is the way how Kaguya got the chakra fruit, and he never thought about it. Now it is all making sense. He got tricked by somehow or this wrong information. He was following a fallen path. As he said, damn it, the years I spent for this plant, it is for nothing. As he was quite angry, as Naruto said, well, don't worry, I know the culprit. As he said, here, as he grabbed someone in his hand, it was the black Zetsu. As Madara said, black Zetsu. As Naruto said, well, I can sense some emotions of yours, you little creature. I don't know what you are, but you did try to enter my nation, didn't you? As Black Zetsu was sweating, as Naruto said, whoop, as he opened his eyes, as the red eyes, as Black Zetsu's eyes widened, as its eyes started to glow, as he started to speak up how he wanted to revive Kaguya and all those type of things, as Madara was angry. As Naruto said, well, do the honors, as he threw Black Zetsu towards Madara, as he stood up, as he said, now you shall pay, as he releases the big attack of his own, as Black Zetsu started to scream in pain as he started to burn alive. As Black Zetsu was killed off, as Madara said, damn it. As he looked towards Naruto, as he said, so, Demon Lord, huh? Demon King. As Naruto said, well, you can call me whatever you want, old man. As Madara chuckled at that and said, alright, my work here is done. It seems that my plan was for nothing, and it seems that you're stronger than everyone. So I hope that you will be able to bring peace to this world. As Naruto nodded at that, as Naruto snapped his finger, as Madara also started to glow as he disappeared, as well as Obito was watching this all as he saw that how his plan was for nothing. If it was to succeed, then the world would have been doomed. As everyone was quite shocked to hear all of these revolutions, Akatsuki and all those type of things. As Naruto said, well, it is time for me to just end this all. As he started to float towards the 10 tails, who started to rush towards Naruto. Naruto just simply flicked his finger as the air waves started to rush towards the 10 tails, started to float him into the air and then slammed him into the ground as 10 tails started to scream in pain as Naruto landed on his head and placed an arm on the head of the 10 tails as 10 tails started to scream in pain as he reverted back into a chakra fruit. As Naruto said, well, I do not need this fruit, as he made another spell on the fruit as the fruit started to glow as it reverted back into chakra and went into the nature as everyone was quite shocked. As Naruto said, well, it is time for me to take actions. As he started to fly, as he said, people of the 5 great nations, I have seen you guys, how you guys fight and live together, and I must say all of you are literally fools. You guys are driven by hatred. You have nothing more than hatred in your hearts. You cannot forget grudges. Do you honestly believe that you guys would have the time? If I wanted, you guys would have stand a chance in the single day. I could conquer all of your 5 great nations if I actually wanted it. But I gave you guys time to prepare for this war. If you guys would have fought me with, you can call, with unity and combine your forces against me, then it would have been a fun, and I might have given you guys a chance. But it seems that even in this battlefield, you cannot forget your own grudges and all. Now, I have finally judged all of you, and I see all of you were unworthy of having this you call chakra. After all, this chakra does not supposed to, you guys did not supposed to get chakra in the first place. I've already studied your history. Your ancestor did not have this chakra. It was the sage of sixth path who gave you this chakra so that you guys could be united thanks to this chakra. But it seems that you misused it and now use it for your own purposes. Now I shall take away all of your chakra and only those who have the pure of heart and the intention to bring peace to this world shall have chakra in this whole world. As Minato's eyes widen, as along with everyone, as Naruto slammed his hand into, you can say, as he put his hand upward, and then suddenly all of them saw a big magic circle arrive out of nowhere into the sky. As Minato said, "No, stop it!" As well as Menma, "Yeah, you demon, stop it already!" As then suddenly everyone could feel something changing in their body as they saw that how the bluish chakra started to leave their body as everyone's eyes widened. As Jiraiya, Tsunade, who also arrived in the arena, as they saw that how everyone was losing chakra along with Menma and Mito as the purplish orangish chakra started to leave their body and started to rush towards Kurama as Kurama absorbed all of that chakra. As for other 8-tailed beasts also arrived in the location because you know when the tail beast dies his chakra reverted back into the nature and then he got revived in this time, so they will revive in time, that is that. As everyone started to lose chakra, only handful did not lose any of their chakra as they stayed as Naruto slapped his hand into the ground as the whole ground, the earth started to shake as well as glow with power, and then all the people in the whole world loses all the chakra. As Naruto opened his eyes as he saw that how he was in a strange place, as he saw a floating man was floating in the area. As Naruto looked to see, it was none other than the sage of sixth path. As Hagoromo speak up, "Well, I'm the one people known as the savior of this world. You can call me Hagoromo Usususuki or the sage of sixth path." As Naruto said, "So, you're the one who gave these foolish people this chakra, right?" As Hagoromo nodded at that and said, "Well, I wanted to ask you, was this the only way to bring peace to this world? Was there no other way to take away the power of people?" As Naruto laughed at that, as then suddenly the whole area started to change as Hagoromo's eyes widened, as then Naruto sat into his throne as Hagoromo was now in the castle of the demon king of Tadani. As Hagoromo's eyes widened, as Naruto said, "Well, now tell me how old you actually are." As Hagoromo looked towards Naruto and said, "Well, I have lived for centuries, or you can say I have died after living my life, but I have overseen this world for centuries and I have seen many things. I gave these people chakra so that they can unite thanks to this chakra. This chakra is the way of connection." As Naruto said, "Well, I do agree with that one, but the people of this world, I have observed them quite, you can say, closely. I have lived among them as well as showed my power, but they are driven by hatred and they think that just because they have power, they are superior to others. I have seen this world and I have seen many worlds. For many generations, for thousands of years, I have ruled many worlds and I know how people actually do things here as well as there. Don't worry, I have not taken away all the chakra. Your mother, Kaguya Usususuki, take away the chakra of the nature and used it and gave it to both of you. You two also did not use, you can say, deserve chakra in the first place." As Hagoromo looked towards Naruto, as Naruto said, "Well, it is right. Your mother stole the chakra of the divine tree or the nature, that so-called divine tree. Absorb chakra from the nature and make it your own, but your descendants misused it. Even your own son, Indra Utsutsuki, misused the power that you gave him. That should have been already obvious enough that people who got power got so obsessed with it. Don't worry, the world shall have chakra remain in it, as well as those born with or have the pure of heart or the pure of intentions to bring peace shall have the chakra, as well as their descendants. Not all of them, only those who shall have the pure of heart will, you can say, inherit chakra." As Hagoromo looked towards Naruto, "And what are you getting at?" Naruto said, "Well, it is quite simple. In the beginning of your time, only a handful of people had chakra, and even in this generation, there are people known as civilian who cannot use chakra, but they are still living their lives, and they are mostly at peace. While on the other hand, the shinobi, who always risk their life, are fighting among who? Aliens? Nothing. They are fighting among themselves, the ones who had the chakra. So The one who had the chakra is fighting among the one who had the chakra, right? So now think it like this, only handful has chakra and their only job is to protect those who do not have chakra. They will be known as the heroes in this world, and I shall be on top of it till the time I remain in this world, and after that I want peace. I do not want to be reincarnated once again because it is quite annoying. And trust me, in the end, all will work out. Don't think that just because they do not have chakra, I will slave them or they will not be happy. Just like civilians, they have the right to be happy. And if any one of them has pure of heart or the intention to bring peace to this world, they shall have chakra and they will not lose it. As Hagoromo closes his eyes and said, well, I want to see how this will actually end up, but I want to warn you about something, as Naruto said, and what will that be? As Hagoromo said, well, my own clan members might attack this world in the soon future, so that it is your responsibility to protect it, as Naruto nodded at that, as he said, well, I shall protect this world as long as I live, and after I'm gone, this world shall be protected, those who are known as heroes, or if they want to call themselves shinobis, then it will be their own choice. So don't worry about it. As Hagoromo smiled and said, alright, it is time for me to go. As he started to went off, as Naruto opened his eyes as he saw that most of the people were there, as Naruto stood up and then started to fly in the air and then landed on the head of the Nine Tails, as Naruto said, people of this world, now those who have loosened their chakra are the ones who did not have any intention of living it in the first place. They just wanted the war and all those things in deep their heart. They just wanted to abuse this power, and now all of you have lost all of your chakra. Only few in this world shall have chakra, those with the pure of heart and the pure of intentions. As everyone was quite utterly shocked as they started to call him a demon or things like that, as Naruto laughed as he said, well, if you call me a demon, then I can simply disintegrate all of you. After all, who will care? If from all villages, what are your numbers in the first place? 100,000? Huh, nothing compared to the whole population of the world. And the people like you, I can easily kill them off. Looked upward as everyone saw a rising sun was coming towards them, as it was a smaller sun on their heads, as everyone was quite utterly shocked. As Naruto said, now I shall unite everything, as he slammed his hand into the ground, and then suddenly the ground started to shake as the provinces, as all things started to close together, as then everything was slapped into one, and then the borders arrived as all things placed down, and then the houses and all things like started to prepare. As Kurama laughed at that, as Naruto said, now you guys have the things you want in the world. Now on the place of chakra, you guys will not have chakra. Only those who are fit to have chakra shall obtain it in the near future. As Menmar started to run towards Naruto and said, Rasengan! As he tried to make a Rasengan, but nothing happened. Only his hand was rushing towards Naruto, and he was moving with a slower speed, as even Minato, as everyone was quite shocked, as Naruto started to laugh and said, Menma, now it is time for you to just accept it. There is no peace, there was no peace, but I have bring it on. Now you guys like to fight among yourselves. Let's see how much destruction or pain you can actually cause to other people by fighting among yourselves. Do so, and I shall kill all of you. As he slapped his hand into the ground, and then the army started to appear out of nowhere, as everyone's eyes widened, as Naruto said, now these people shall escort all of you to your homes, to your families, live with them and be happy. As he went to his nation, as everyone was quite angry about it as he went, but for now they have to went to their homes and all. As Naruto came to his castle, as Shion as well as the princess of the snow country was there, as Shion said, welcome. As she said that how she's quite happy as Shion still had the chakra and all. Naruto said, well, it was quite easy to begin with. As Shion said, do you think that it will work and all? As Naruto nodded at that and said, don't worry, it will work in the end, and I know it. As Shion nodded at that. Now we have a time skip of 3 years. In these 3 years, some Otsutsuki try to attack the world after seeing the increased chakra level of the whole world, but Naruto just simply killed all of them, as well as he met with the king of Otsutsuki and showed his power, defeating him and showing that how strong he actually is. So King of Otsutsuki finally decided to leave the earth behind, as went to the other worlds or things like that, as Naruto even took down Ishiki, who was hiding in this time, but he saw that how all of his vessels which he created got disposed because the chakra was lost in this world, as Ishiki was quite angry, so he attacked Naruto, but Naruto took him down and took him to the king of Utsuke's, who called him a traitor and put him, their prison and all. And now Naruto is walking in the big castle in the middle of a city, you can call it, as everyone was playing around as he entered into the castle. As he saw the 5 people were sitting there, it was Minato and now the 4 other people from the other nation. In this time, Minato also started to realize his mistakes, as well as started to accept the fact that world does not have any power, so that they can fight among each other. If they want, they can brawl and all those type of things. As all the 5 people looked towards Naruto and said, "Well, my lord," as all of them stood up, as Naruto said, "So, how the things are actually going?" As all of them smiled at that and said, "Well, my lord, things are going the right. Peace is all around the world, and we are managing this new society you have introduced us to." As Naruto smiled at that and said, "Alright, so what about our heroes, our shinobis?" As Minato smiled and said, "They are here." As for Man and Mito, they were still arrogant, as well as Sasuke. As for Sasuke, Naruto just put him under, or you can say put 3 of them into Shisui's Uchiha's Genjutsu, as well as he revived Itachi because Itachi was a good person and Naruto was able to do so. So that is that, as Itachi is one of the commanders of the forces who protected the world or the big nation, the one nation, one and only. As all of them smiled, as there was finally peace in the world. Okay guys, here I will left this part. Hope you guys like it because I'm quite tired now, and this is the last part of the series, and here the series ends. I have asked you about many suggestions, but the ones I got, this is the result of that. I hope that you guys like it because I have to put a lot of effort into this story. So if you guys are not subscribed to my channel, then please do so. And as for the abandoned series, wait for it and I shall upload the next part as soon as possible. So guys, peace.